Boom, boom, bam. Yo, 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 yo. Let's go, let's go. Welcome back to another edition of the Great Debate Show. Or if it's your first time, welcome to the Great Debate Show. The Great Debate Show is live weekdays, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Same bat time, same bat channel. However, there are days where my schedule doesn't permit me to be here live weekdays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Sometimes the video may just get uploaded. If it does, just make sure you hit the follow button on TikTok and subscribe and hit the notification bell on YouTube. And you'll be able to see this ugly face live weekdays, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, or whatever time I may just pop up. The Great Debate Show is also available wherever you get your podcast. That's Spotify, that's Apple Podcasts, that's Amazon Music, and all of that. Rate, review, and follow. Okay, today we've got football games to talk about. Kind of. They're preseason games, but still, they're games to talk about nonetheless. And y'all know what I want to get started with right off the bat. We've been talking all week about quarterbacks that have the most to prove this year. We've also talked about quarterbacks that should be on the hot seat, that are overpaid, coaches that are on the hot seat or should be. Well, Zach Taylor is a coach that I've said should be on the hot seat this season. Look what he did last night. Cincinnati Bengals at the Philadelphia Eagles. Starters played. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. These people played and showed out quick. Joe Burrow went like 9 for 10, threw a touchdown or two, just like that. One incompletion. Jamar Chase, quick catch, hitch, turn around, spin, I'm gone. Just reminding you motherfuckers why you paid me. The Triple Crown King. Look, we don't have any questions about Joe Burrow and his offense and what they do. We just said, why do they get off to so many slow starts? By them playing the starters last night, does that prove that I was a little bit right? Maybe they were getting off the slow starts just because they don't play preseason enough, because they didn't get enough snaps. Joe Burrow has always kind of struggled with an injury during the offseason. Someone has struggled with something that has kind of, offset their whole offseason. Last night, Zach Taylor, he must feel the heat just a little bit because the Bengals were playing and they looked great. Now, if that defense can just show up halfway to the amount of what the offense does, then they're going to finally be a playoff team again. We talked about quarterbacks that have the most to prove. Anthony Richards, he's one of the top quarterbacks that has a lot to prove this year, along with Trevor Lawrence, along with Tua Tagovailoa, these guys who are getting paid. Even Justin Herbert, who we know is good, but he doesn't have a playoff win. Anthony Richards comes out last night, didn't look too bad, went 2 of 3, only 21 yards, but he only played one possession. Immediately, he dislocated his finger. And it must be his throwing finger because he didn't return. So we got to see Daniel Jones, and, well, you can take that with a grain of salt. Some of it was bad, some of it was all right, but nothing was just good. I saw one good play Daniel Jones made. He scrambled out. Nobody was open, so no fault to him, but he kept the play alive, extended it, running left. He's right-handed, and he had to kind of make one of those Aaron Rodgers throws from back in the day where he kind of twerked his body all the way around right-handedly running left, and he made a good completion across the middle of the field to one of the wide receivers. So, again, everything that we've been saying this offseason, the past month or so, we've been pretty much talking football and what to look out for training camp since the NBA Finals ended, since OKC won a championship. And what are we getting? We're seeing that these people must feel the pressure or the heat because they are doing everything that we said they need to do. Anthony Richardson, I don't know what to say. Anthony Richards, I don't know what to say about him. It's just a dislocated finger. Maybe he'll be fine, but this just is not the right time to take any injury. Everybody on the internet is saying you're made of glass. Some people are saying he's not even good, even when he's healthy. If Daniel Jones is the starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts this year, I don't know what to say. It's not going to be a good year for the Colts, and that's probably why everybody has them at the bottom of the list. So I just wanted to say that about Joe Burrow and the Bengals, how they played. Zach Taylor, who's on the hot seat, in my opinion, he should be with the ownership. I think he's feeling the heat because he played his starters. That's something that the Bengals do not do. They hear us talking about the slow starts. And Anthony Richards, he got hurt. Not a good look. Daniel Jones, not a good look. What are the Colts going to do? Also, what about Ashton Genty, who saw the Seahawks and the Raiders last night? Ashton Jeanty, I don't want to say anything about Jeanty. We've said that he could be the offensive rookie of the year. Well, if they block like they blocked last night for him, he will not be anywhere close to that. The Raiders' offensive line looked atrocious, and it's either bad or the Seahawks' defense is good. Now, I don't know how many starters played for the Seahawks. I don't know. Jalen Milroe, somebody who proved something last night in his performance. He was selected in the third round, 92 overall in the 2025 draft. He had a pretty good game. That is the rookie quarterback out of Alabama. Did y'all see him? What did you think about his performance? Nobody won that Raiders Seahawks game. It ended 23-23. But the main thing is Jalen Milroe. How did you think he looked last night? He took some pressure. The Raiders got to him, and the Seahawks D line got to Ashton Jeanty. Did you think Milroe held the ball a little bit too long? I don't know. What did you see? He was a third round pick. He doesn't get talked about at all. I almost forgot he, got drafted. But this is somebody that we saw at Alabama who held the ball too long. He doesn't process everything as quick as he should. Phenomenal runner, great with his legs. And we think it's going to take some time for him to get it with the throwing. And, upstairs between the ears. And, I talk about that a lot. So give me your take on what you thought about that. I'm about to speak to everybody. Grand Rising Kings and Queens. Hope all of you are well. It's a fantastic, beautiful, hot Friday here in the Mid-South. I hope all is well with you all wherever you may be and wherever and however you may be listening and watching. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me right now, so I really do appreciate it. Shadur Sanders gets his first start tonight. Some people are saying that he's being set up for failure. He's playing by accident. They didn't want him to play. They have injured quarterbacks, unless that's a lie. I don't know. Now, he hadn't got a lot of reps with the first team or the second team, so maybe there's going to be a lot of confusion, no chemistry. Who knows? I don't know. We're going to see tonight. But he has an opportunity to still try his best to show the front office, to show the coaching staffs, look, you're wrong to have me at the bottom of this depth chart. I shouldn't be the number 4 quarterback on this team. Maybe he could prove a way to bump himself up to number 2 or number 1 by tonight. We'll see by the end of the night. Let's see what happens if he plays good tonight. I'm also looking forward to the Panthers, Bryce Young, and see how they do tonight if he plays. We'll check that out. Again, were the Seahawks defense just really good? Or were the Raiders offensive line just really bad last night? That is something to talk about. I know it's just the first game, but I can't wait to see how that looks. The Seahawks even are trolling Ashton Jeanty online. They went on Twitter and said some things. They said the best running back from Boise State, I can't think of his name right now because I'm not looking at it. I should have wrote that down. But whoever the other running back is from Boise State, they talked about him and said he's the best, not Ashton Jeanty, because, well, they shut him down. He only had 3 attempts now, 3 or 4 attempts, 1 drive. But it was just a brick wall. Like that was it. He could not. It was like the wall or whatever that Trump was building or whatever. He couldn't get anywhere. It looked bad. But again, it's just 3 snaps. It's just the first preseason game. That's all I really got from last night. Again, the Bengals offense looked great early, and they got in and they got out, and they put up some points. The Eagles still won the game 34-27, and there's nothing wrong with the Eagles. On the flip side, the Jalen Milroe played for the Seahawks. The Raiders didn't look so good, but then again, it's just preseason. Ashton Jeanty, I thought, was something to think about. We didn't see Geno Smith last night. We didn't see Sam Darnold last night. No surprise at all. We're not going to see Aaron Rodgers or the Pittsburgh Steelers starters tonight or tomorrow. But I'm hearing more people are going to play more than they have been doing. So 3 games last night. We got 3 games tonight. What's his name? What did you think about Ashton Genty and the offensive line last night? Only one series, but it was bad. They couldn't get any creases, any holes. I know the Seahawks defense is going to be pretty good, and I don't even know if those were the starters that I saw last night. But whoever it was, they stuffed the Raiders O line. Is that anything to worry about? Walt, this guy? Prince Billy said Dallas record 9-8 or 10-7 at best. And that's if Michael Parsons and everybody shows up and they, he gets paid and he shows up and plays. He's happy. I was saying 10-7 though before all this drama. It still could be 10-7 because he's gonna get paid and he's gonna play. Ordinary dude, Beach City, bang bang Niner gang says Beach City. What's up with you? Thank you, Alex. What are your thoughts of the Houston Texans this year? I think that they're going to be fine. I thought their defense would probably be top 5. I've been hearing they would be, but C.J. Gardner-Johnson was carried out on a cart yesterday, and they feared that it was a torn ACL. The word has came back that the ACL is still intact, and they're just waiting on further tests to see how severe the injury is. They thought it was a torn ACL. He would have been done for the year. Now that I'm speaking about done for the year, some breaking news came through right after I finished my podcast yesterday. After the live stream ended, I was paying bills. I didn't get time to come back and let you all know. I'm sure you know now, though. Offensive tackle Rashawn Slater for the LA Chargers. He's pretty good and pretty damn good. I think he protects the blind side of Justin Herbert. I'm not sure if he's on the left or the right, but either way, he is done for the season. They feared that he had something going on with his lower leg. It was a lower leg injury. They feared that it was pretty bad, and it turns out it was. He tore his, he ruptured his fibula. It's some kind of torn, ruptured fibula or something like that. It's a lower leg injury, I'm sorry. Not quite the Achilles, but something similar to that. And he's done for the year. Somebody's going to correct me, I'm sure, pretty soon here and let me know exactly what that is I'm talking about. But, man, you hate to see things like that. I was just saying a few weeks ago, let's just wait on it. We hope. We'll keep our fingers crossed that nothing happens, but we know eventually we're going to have somebody or some people get carted out on the cart, get carried out on a cart, and it's going to be something bad, and it's going to be some out for the season BS. And that's what we have now with Rashawn Slater. Now, they've got another swing tackle I think that's pretty good, or Jim Harbaugh has somebody else on the line and he can shuffle. But it won't be quite the same when you lose your starting tackle. That's always a bad position to be injured at, especially when you've got a franchise quarterback. Matthew Stafford is dealing with some injuries right now on his offensive line. I'm hearing the left tackle and the right tackle are kind of nicked up, and they may not all be ready for week 1. And that ain't a good sign for a quarterback that's dealing with a bad back. They really need to protect him and keep him upright. All right, y'all, I'm done. That's all I had to say. I'm done. What do y'all want to talk about? I'm going to read a few comments, and I'm going to go ahead and get out of here because I got to pay them bills. It's a Friday. There's nothing I can really speak on today that I haven't spoke on all week, other than we had 3 games last night. Anthony Richards is hurt. What's new? He dislocated his finger. Hopefully he can come on back from that because, y'all, so sorry about that. Okay, I thought that was really important. But yeah, thank you for the comment, Michael. Hey, I'm still here. I'm still alive. Okay, cool. I'm about to wrap this up, though, because like I said, I got some bills to pay off. There's not really a whole lot to speak on or to talk about because, like I said, same old thing. Your boy's hurt again, dislocated finger. Anthony Richards. Daniel Jones took over, didn't look that much better. Shadur Sanders is going to start tonight. Can't wait to see how that's going to go. Waiting to see Cam Ward. The Titans starters are going to play more, so I would love to see that, see how that's going to work out. That's all I got. That's all I got pretty much. What's up, Marshall, Lee, Kelly, Nicholson? Thank you for following this live stream. Alex, I hope I answered your question. I hope C.J. Gardner-Johnson is going to be fine. We don't know how long he's going to be out, but the good news is he didn't tear his ACL. It is still intact. But I think that still, if your offense can be better, the Texans are going to be fine. But they got to protect C.J. Stroud, and these wide receivers need to stay healthy.
JV Flores 7 says to try to work himself up on the rotation lineup. You're probably talking about Shadur Sanders with that comment, and I would agree with you. Question on the man. The whole media talking about Shadur. Would preseason games matter for him? Yeah, everybody's talking about him, and you know what we're not talking about enough? Shiloh. We're not saying anything about Shiloh Sanders, the safety over at Tampa Bay, the Buccaneers. I know he didn't get drafted. He was undrafted, but he's pretty good, and he's going to be all right. He says he wants to be an all-pro. And in order to do that, that means he's going to shock us all. Nobody really thinks much of him. They're not talking about him. It's just Shadur. And he was a 5th-round pick his damn self. So, why is the 5th-round draft pick getting talked about so much more than the undrafted player? 5th round and undrafted is not that far apart, So, technically, it's really not. He only got drafted 2 rounds ahead of him. Anyway, Shadur is a hot commodity, but he wasn't on draft day 1 or 2. But that's neither here nor there. I think the preseason games do matter, though, JV. I think that he's got to just try to make the most of it. For the people that thinks that the Browns are setting him up to fail, I disagree with that, kind of. They don't have to let him play. I mean, all of their quarterbacks are not injured. They could let Flacco play. I know they don't want to because they think he'll be their starter. But with Pickett and Gabriel out, just make the most of it. Do what you can do. And use your legs because you're probably going to need to, because I don't even know how many starters are actually going to play with Shiloh. Matthew Stafford is going to practice on Monday. Sean McVay says he thinks if everything looks all right with the tests that they're going to take on Saturday, he'll work out tomorrow, and we'll see if he practices tomorrow. On Monday. The LA Rams, weeks 1 through 5, they've got the Texans, they've got the Titans, they've got the Eagles, the Colts, and the 49ers. Those are their first 5 games of the season. I think they probably lose to the Texans. They definitely can beat the Colts. I don't know about that 49er game. It just depends on how Stafford is doing. They'll lose to the Eagles and the 49ers probably, but I think they'll probably lose to the Texans. So they may have a 2-3 start. 2-3 or 3-2. It all depends on Matthew Stafford. Let's see what he does. Let's see how he holds up in practice tomorrow, and then we'll see if he plays if he practices on Monday. But he's going to do some tests on Saturday, and we'll see. What level of concern do you have for Matthew Stafford's back injury? Do you think it's minor, or do you think this is something that's going to linger over? Okay. Michael Cross is in the building. Gaming with Michael is in the building. What's up? How y'all doing? They just trying to see how he'll deal with adversity. Probably talking about Shadur Sanders with that comment. Yeah, you're probably right. From what I'm hearing, though, according to Myles Garrett and other teammates, he's funny. He's lighthearted. He's just, a pleasant, a good person to be around. He's happy. He's always cheerful, very lighthearted. I don't know if that's what you want as a starting quarterback, but he ain't a starting quarterback just yet. We'll see how he holds up. He's going to say all of the right stuff, y'all. I think he already knows how to do that. This is prime time. Deion Sanders' son. And everything that's happening with him right now, whether y'all want to admit it or not, it's because of his father, prime time. Don't know why, but they don't like him for whatever reason, and that's it. Let's see here. Ordinary Dude says, what up, bro? Bang, bang, Niner gang. Bang, bang. I'm not a huge football guy, but I watch the Super Bowl every year, says Rassel Talks. Yeah, everybody does. Even the casuals. They come out and watch it. The casual fans. Everybody watches the Super Bowl. Even all of the ladies who get on us all season long, get away from that TV and go wash my car. Get away from that TV and let's go out to dinner. They don't want us watching football, but on Super Bowl Sunday, they even tune in for the halftime show. Bruh, I just realized I don't follow you. I thought I did. My bad. Well, I'm glad you realized it, JV. I'm glad you realized it, and thank you for recognizing that, and thank you for following me now. You are following me now, right? Thank you, JV Flores. I appreciate it. JD is in the building. How you doing, JD? Always following me every day watching. I appreciate you. Patrick Mahomes win a Super Bowl again? Probably so. If they can get that offensive line straight. I'm not sure if it is. That's why I can't wait to see some preseason games because I got questions about it. I heard that they're working that rookie from Ohio State, Josh Simmons. Is it Josh Simmons or whatever his name is, that rookie, that big tackle? They're playing him every snap in practice. They say he's playing preseason, a whole preseason games and stuff. I think that he's very raw. And this means that they need him to get all the reps that he can because they want him ready for week 1. And then another tackle they got is Jalen Moore. He was our swing tackle. Trent Williams backup in San Francisco. He ain't that good. So I just think that desperation led the Chiefs to reach. And it's a shortage of good offensive linemen out here. So I'm thinking that, I don't know. I think that if that line still isn't fixed, even though they addressed it, teams are going to come at the Chiefs just like the Eagles did in the Super Bowl. That's going to be the big difference as to what they're going to do. They always come back just as strong. They don't really have Super Bowl hangovers when they lose. They lost to Tampa Bay in Super Bowl 55. They were right back in the AFC Championship game the next year, but they lost to Cincinnati, and the Bengals went to the Super Bowl. That's the last year we ain't saw the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. That's the only year that we haven't saw them in the Super Bowl since 2019. So I'll say they'll get back at some point, but they got to protect P. Mahomes. JD, can you follow me? He asks that all the time. I need to do that, JD. Let me see. I'm going to do it right now. There we go. It says I requested for you to follow back. So that's on you now, JD. I usually just don't follow. You know, everybody that I see, they don't follow anybody. They just have followers. So, you know. And then I don't like to see a lot of stuff pop up on my shit. I just like to just do what I do and just go. To be honest with you, but it ain't nothing personal, nothing like that. I'm just not really a social media guy. Do you know how long it took for me to actually come on here and do this? I have been told for a few years, man, you got to do the internet. You got to do social media. And I'm like, yeah, but I hate social media. You know, like people are just so fickle, you know, and rude and troll so much, you know. So, you know, I just didn't want to do it. But it's not that bad after all. And I do appreciate all of you who rock with me every day. I always have somebody in here that doesn't need to be in here. But I do appreciate you all who rock with me every day. Weekdays. Noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. I appreciate it. TikTok has really been a pleasant surprise to me. I just wish YouTube would kind of pick it up. I have some of my YouTube people come in and drop the likes, and I thank you for hitting the like button. But I just can't seem to keep people to stay on YouTube for whatever reason. Maybe I'm just not talking about the right things. But when I did that NBA Top 100, oh my God, I had like 2,000 people in here. That hardly ever happens for me. I don't know. Maybe I need to talk about the NBA Top 100 list again. But that was the week when Kobe was number 11 on that list, and people went crazy, which I don't blame them because I thought that was some BS too. Wrestle Talks says top of the morning, Grand Rising King or Queen. Thank you all. JD, thank you for liking the video. I hope you saw. I followed back. Hi to you, JD, Joshua, all of you all. Thank you for joining me. Denny, hope all is well. Go Pack Go says Buck. I think I just got some roses. Thank you for that. Bang Bang Niner Gang says Beach City. What's up, Beach? Jack Fitness 6 in the building. Tic Tac. Tac Attack. I can't wait. We always play each other tough. Who is we? Is that a Seahawk jersey? I can't tell what that jersey is in that profile. Do you think Levi's Stadium will host WrestleMania or SummerSlam anytime soon? Yes, because the WWE always hosts a WrestleMania or SummerSlam right after the Super Bowl has been there in that same venue. They pretty much do that all the time. Let's see here. I subscribed and I like the Titans. Okay, Vinny, thank you for subscribing. Vinny is a beast. My brother's a Titan fan, so I always root for you all. You know, tighten up. Hope y'all have a great year. Michael Cross said, bear down. First place Bears. You know what, man? Just let me see a preseason game or two from Caleb Williams if he's going to play, which I'm sure he will. I can't wait to see what he brings to the table because I think he really will be better if he gets it all right between the ears. And I know Ben Johnson is going to put him in the right situation. Can he be a 70% completion passer? That I don't know, but that's what he wants. I just think that it's a little funny that they're tweaking so much stuff and they're minimizing the playbook and everything for them. That is concerning. But I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I've been thinking about this. The Minnesota Vikings, even though I love Kevin O'Connell, if there's two teams in the NFC North, y'all know I've been saying it's hard for me to put the Bears on top of anybody because those three teams last year that made the playoffs in the NFC North, in my book, they're still good. However, J.J. McCarthy is young, and what if he cannot do the things that Sam Darnold did and get them 10, 11 wins? He won't get them 14. But I trust Kevin O'Connell to put him in the right position, the right situation. But Jordan Addison is suspended for the first 3 weeks. What about the Detroit Lions? Ragnow, the center, Pro Bowl, Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer center, retired. So did the guard. The guard, they lost. What's his name? Kevin Zeitler. He's gone. I didn't know that. I didn't know the OC. Well, I did know it. I've been trying to overlook it because they're so talented still. But man, Dan Campbell has got some work on his hands because he's got a new OC. He's got a new DC. Aaron Glenn is the head coach of the Jets now. Ben Johnson is the head coach of the Bears now. Ben Johnson knows a lot of things that the Lions want to do. Maybe he can talk to his defensive coordinator and say, hey, this is one of the things that we like to do. He could be very helpful in beating the Lions. Maybe they get a split there. So what I'm trying to say is, I can't believe I'm saying this now, but let me watch a little preseason. I may have to say that the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings, and I know my guy Minnesota Dad on YouTube is not going to like this, but I think the Vikings and the Lions may actually be the two teams that may take a small step back. Now, one of them still are probably going to make the playoffs at 10-7, but somebody may miss it by being 9-8 or 8-9. And I don't know which one it's going to be. And I say that because, well, what if Caleb Williams is everything that we thought he would be, and he shows us and reminds us why he was drafted #1 overall in the 2024 draft. If he can do that, and that O-line that they addressed is fixed, and that defense is better, then the Bears and the Packers are the two teams that are going to make they're going to get better, and they're going to kind of make a leapfrog up. And then I think the two steps back would be the Vikings and the Lions, two of the teams who were at the top of the division being replaced by two of the teams who were at the bottom half of the division. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I can see it happening. And all this talk about Jordan Love, I ain't too hard on Jordan Love. Why? Because, well, Jordan Love had a lot of drops by his receivers. They were second in the league with the most drops in the NFL. I was just looking at a clip this morning where Christian Watson beat the hell out of one of my 49er cornerbacks, and he just dropped the touchdown. What can Jordan Love do about that? Josh Jacobs will be better in year 2. They will run the ball better. They've got that rookie wide receiver in Mark Golden or something Golden. And I just think that if Christian Watson can stay healthy, and if these guys can just hold on to the ball, they will be better. But let's not be so hard on Jordan Love, y'all. The Packers last year were the youngest team in football. The youngest. You can't expect for them to go to the NFC Championship game being the youngest. Just say that they didn't do bad to be the youngest team in the league and still made the postseason. And they had a quarterback who just wasn't 100% all year, I don't believe. So could the Packers and the Bears jump the Vikings and the Lions? And those could be the two teams that will come out the North. It's very possible. And I'm this close to making that prediction, but I need to see a little bit more preseason games. And when we get toward the end of this month, I will be giving you my final predictions on who wins each division. About a month ago, we did an early look at it, just a preview. All right. Good questions have been coming in. Let me see if I can read a few more, and I'm going to get out of here, go pay them bills. The water park may be old, but it is still slippery. And you have a free pass in. Okay, all right. Thank you, Bethany Smith, for the comment. I should have read that out loud. Oh, man, sometimes I just get to reading because I know y'all like for me to read these comments. Thank you, Bethany. Michael like football. Thank you for following, and thank you for liking the show. Bart Seaver, Philadelphia got this. Philadelphia still looked good last night. I don't think they played one starter, but they still won 34-27 over the Bengals. I was impressed by the Bengals just playing their starters, though. And boy, did Joe Burrow get the business quick. Him and Jamar Chase said, all right, you saying we rusty, huh? You saying we start out slow, huh? You saying we start out slow, huh? How about this? How about this? And Jamar Chase just, I'm gone. I mean, it was just so quick they got the business, y'all. I think the Ravens are going to be fine, but the Steelers, they're going to have to watch it because the Bengals are probably going to take their place and get in the playoffs if that defense can just be pretty good. Now, I know y'all like Joe Burrow, and y'all know I do too. I just moved him down the list a little bit when we were talking about the top 10 QBs. I love Joe Burrow, and Joe Burrow is showing us, hey, man, we ain't no more slow starts. And if not, they could be fine. Because if we look at it, they were just a game or two out of the playoffs. If you go back to September, had they just won one or two of them, they would have been in the playoffs. Just give us a better September, and they'll be fine. And I think they know that, and they hear the whispers. That's why they play. Joe Burrow ain't played a preseason game in 3 years. You know? Like, he played the first game. That's never happened probably since his rookie year. That was good. And he's healthy, too. That's another thing that we have to talk about. He's always dealing with something. He had the appendix one year during the offseason. He had some offensive lineman that was hurt another year. I think he had a problem with the wrist or something. He's had some issues during the offseason where he's had to come into training camp kind of, crawling in that bitch instead of just, I'm here, let's go, like last night. So it'll be interesting to see. What do y'all think about Anthony Richards? Is he going to play through this finger? He's going to have to, or Daniel Jones is going to take his job. Or were you not impressed with Daniel Jones and you think Anthony Richards will still be fine? I think the Colts need to be trying to sign another quarterback. I don't know who, but it ain't looking good for the Colts this year. And Shane Steichen, that might be your ass, Mr. Postman. What's up, John, in the building? John Nunez said, what's up, bro? You got it, brother. Hope all is well with you. Zach Rose in the building. How you doing? Thank you for joining me. Rod Dollar said, fly, Eagles, fly. I hear you. LaShawn Walston says, Patriots are winning the Super Bowl. Who won a bet? I do. I'm sure everybody would like to take that bet. But thank you for the comment. I hope he's being sarcastic. Look, Drake May and the Patriots are supposed to be good. Some people think they'll be a playoff team this year. They very well could be. I'm not sure. But what I am sure of is that they spent money in free agency. They got Stephon Diggs, but he's coming off of a torn ACL, but he is practicing and he's ready to play. Brandon Ayuk is not. Give Diggs credit for that. They fixed that line. They drafted Will Campbell out of LSU. I would have loved to have had him as our left guard or left tackle to replace Trent Williams. So Mike Vrabel has definitely hit the ground running. And y'all tell me Drake May is a franchise QB. I don't know yet because I didn't watch a lot of Patriots games. I'm sorry, I didn't. But I'll be watching this season. Let's see. Barefoot Triangle said the Steelers are sweeping the Ravens. Okay, if you say so. I would love to see that. Michael, not better than the Hawks, baby. We'll see. Hey, y'all Hawks did look good last night. Defense looked good. I think the Niners are going to be strong this year, says Michael. I hope so. But we're dealing with a lot of injuries, and we got our asses handed to us yesterday in that joint practice with the Broncos. But I'll say this, the Broncos defense is very good. We're all very high on the Broncos defense and the Broncos, period, as a whole. So I even want to kind of say that they're going to be in the AFC Championship game. I'm this close to saying they could be a Super Bowl team if Dre Greenlaw and Talo Hafanga, former 49er players, can stay healthy, which is a big if. But if they do, Patrick Surtain shut down my boy Ricky Pearsall in practice yesterday. But then again, who doesn't Patrick Surtain shut down? They just came at us, and they came at us hard. Purdy had a lot of interceptions. The 49ers offense finished strong, but they got off to a terrible start. Terrible. So anyway, Michael, I hope you're right. I really do. But we got our asses kicked yesterday in practice. Today is an off day and a walkthrough, and tomorrow they get ready to play the Broncos. I don't think it's going to be good, but we'll see. Okay, what's up to Bartholomew Seaver? Says, what about Purdy? I don't know. I gotta see, man. Because I've seen him play good with a lot of elite talent. And I've also seen him play not so good when he didn't have that elite talent. I can't tell you how he's gonna look when he's only got half of a roster full of elite players and half of a roster full of young, raw, don't know what they expect of these players. So I have no idea, really. I have to see. Beach City says, we had to deal with bed bugs. We always had issues. Well, damn. Let's go Hawks says, only one Zay. Hawks looked good last night. Mormon Missile was on point, says Bartholomew Seaver. Bethany says, you're welcome. Philadelphia got this. Okay, I read all of that. All right. All righty. I'm glad the Niners got their defensive coordinator back. Me too, Michael. And we're betting on that too. I hope we're not putting too much pressure on Robert Saleh because we're all so happy and we feel so comfortable that Robert Saleh is back. We're just kind of like, do you think that we're kind of overdoing it? I don't know. Okay, Chick Chaser is in the building. He's got some pretty interesting words. Zach Rose said that Jordan Love really a dog. Zach Rose said Matthew Golden. Got you. Zach Rose said go Texans. Lamont Curry says watch my Steelers. Cam Ward is going to be good this year. I think he is too, Vinny. I really do. Zach Rose, thank you for the comments. Chick Chaser. Who give you know what about these dudes when I know they're actors? Green and yellow diamonds. Like I got drafted by the Packers. Hit the girl. Bear, she called a Viking. Okay, I don't know what he's talking about. He's rhyming or something. Chick Chaser. I guess he's a rapper. Judging your background, we gonna need to see your paperwork. Judging by your background. Thank you for the comment, JJ784. Fly Eagles Fly. Read that. You must not be watching off-season moves. Patriots had best off-season. Drake May is next up. Who are you talking to, LaShawn? Oh, he's talking to Zachary. Listen here, Zachary. You must not be watching that. What did Zach say about the Patriots? Did I miss that? I don't know what to say about your Patriots right now, man. I think it's promising. It's promising if you don't have any of those free agent busts, because y'all have a lot of those sometimes. I mean, teams deal with that a lot. Zach Rose said, who Patriots pick up? LOL, Steph Diggs? They did. Steph Diggs is still no chopped liver now. But he did get hurt, and he's coming off of a torn ACL, so we will see. John Nunez, I see you a 49ers fan. You got good eyes. I sure am. Drake May, not ready, says Zach Rose. Zach Rose is not a big fan of the Patriots or Drake May right now. Just the record, I'm a diehard Cowboys fan, says John. Okay. Welcome, John. Cowboy fans still here with me. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Texans are the dark horse team this year, Zach, says Zach Rose. Zach, I don't know if they're a dark horse. Who's sleeping on the Texans? If anything, they may have high expectations, and I think their expectations may be a little too high because that offensive line was terrible. And they got a new OC, and that offensive line was 25th or 24th, or was it 28th? That line was bad. I want to thank Kim Sauter for subscribing to the Great Debate Show channel on YouTube. Thank you so much, Kim. Thank you. Can I get more of that? Can I get more of that? More subscribers, please. Don't just stand here and watch and listen. Subscribe. That way you will see me when I come back. Okay, Rob is in the building. He said, I think rookie running back Caleb Johnson will be a stud. Is that the guy from Iowa? Because if so, I believe you're right. Iowa or Iowa State? I think it's Iowa. If that's what you're talking about, I believe you're right. I'm happy about this Micah Parsons contract thing, says John Nunez. Why? You said you're a Cowboy. So why would you be happy about that? Because you know he's still going to get paid, or what? It's 2025. Y'all still looking at ACL injuries like it's early 2000s. All the new modern procedures making these guys stronger ligament than prior. Same with Achilles surgeries now. What do you mean, though, LaShawn? I mean, they're still out for the season when they tear it, though. Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're saying that Steph Diggs will be fine, even though he tore his ACL last year. I hope you're right. most of the time, these players, they do come back like they never hurt anything or tore anything after these ACL tears. The Achilles tears are a little bit different, though. They're not always, they all don't come back the same from that. Some do, most don't. But the ACL stuff, yeah, they fix that up, and for whatever reason, you're right, they do come back a little stronger. But we'll see about Diggs. Brandon Ayuk tore a little bit more than his ACL. He kind of damaged his MCL and PCL too, I believe, and that's why he's going to be on the PUP list. He's not starting week 1. Steph Diggs will. I think Rookie of the Year this year is going to be Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren, good comment, Zach. I think you're wrong probably, but he will be a candidate maybe. Who drafted him again? Was it the Indianapolis Colts, I believe? I think it was. And that's who I had on my mock draft too. He's a 49er guy. And I kind of thought Shanahan was going to draft him once we had released Kyle Juszczyk. But then we brought Kyle Juszczyk back, and shit, we didn't draft Tyler Warren. We drafted Mykel Williams. Was he our first round pick? Yeah. So, I don't know. I did like the film that I saw with Tyler Warren. He reminds me of Kyle Juszczyk a little bit, where's the spur? He could be Kittle, but he's a little stiffer. I don't know. That's a big prediction to say that he will be the Rookie of the Year, but I do like Tyler Warren out of Penn State. That's the tight end. For anybody that didn't know. John Nunez said they worried about the wrong thing right now. Probably right. He talking about his Cowboys. Sharice Brewster in the building. Thank you for joining me. Says New York Jets. God Body Sean is in the building. Said top 5 on the hot seat list. Anthony Richards, right. Justin Fields. Yeah, you're right. Kinda. Even though he's on his third team. You add the last 3. Okay. Since you got Anthony Richards, you got Justin Fields. How about Trevor Lawrence? How about I'm sorry, I'm still putting Justin Herbert on there because he needs to win a playoff game, and Tua Tagovailoa. These guys just get paid too much money. They're in the high 50s, the mid 50s, per year. Come on, man. Show me what you got. Tua, Trevor, Justin. Those will be my final 3. And I kind of want to take Justin Fields off of that. Don't you think Kyler Murray has more to prove too? Justin Fields, nobody really thinks he's a starting quarterback though. So why would he be on the hot seat? Nobody's really just saying, hey man, everybody say you good, but you need to prove it. Nobody's saying Justin Fields is good though. But I'll leave him on there. That's a good comment though, Good Body Sean. Zach Rose said Anthony Richardson washed. He already got hurt in preseason. I know, he got hurt. I wouldn't say he's washed though. Some people tell me he just isn't that good. It never has been. That's what some Colts fans have told me. I meant to say I'm not happy about what Parkinson's did. Okay, now that makes more sense, John. I was about to say, what the hell are you happy for? Zach Rose, Anthony Richardson, biggest op is the ground. Here we go. I told you this is what I said when I started the show. Y'all will not let him, y'all won't leave him alone. Do you think Nick Chubb will get back to his normal performance if that line blocks for him? Yes, I do. Good question again, Good Body. I forgot Nick Chubb is the backup running back with the Houston Texans. He's actually going to be the starter for right now because Joe Mixon is dealing with it's either a foot or a toe injury or something like that. But that's a good question, man. Nick Chubb, I think he definitely will get back. He's going to run. I'm telling you what, this year, that's a good comment, Good Body. I think he's going to say what Roy Jones Jr. used to say. Y'all must have forgot. That's what I think you're going to get from Nick Chubb this season. Good Body Sean told Zach, I feel Anthony Richardson finesse the NFL. They fell in love with someone who could throw 60-plus yards. That's it. He sure can throw a beauty, though. Last season, that boy threw a damn deep ball. I'm talking about the velocity on it, the spiral, the pinpoint accuracy. You couldn't have walked up to whoever that receiver was. It was either Downs or Pierce or somebody, but you couldn't have walked it to him and put it in a better place. He was pretty good. Jamar Chase had 4 catches, 77 yards, and a touchdown last night. Just like that. 15 plays. in the third career preseason start for Joe Burrow. He was 9 of 10 last night. 123 yards and threw 2 touchdowns, just like that. If the Bengals defense can ball a little bit, what's going to happen with Trey Hendrickson? They'll be fine if they can get that stuff straight. Bad luck Richardson, bad luck Andrew Luck. Damn, the Colts just got a lot of bad luck, don't they, see hard? TC12 says Trevor Lawrence, most overrated quarterback. It's starting to look like it, brother. It's starting to look like it. If he don't get it together, and he's also said that he wants Travis Hunter to play offense a lot more. You know why. But if he can make plays on one side, Brian Thomas has showed he can make plays on the other side. What excuse would Trevor Lawrence have if he can't find a way to win 9-10 games in the AFC South? And some people think that the Texans are going to actually take a step back and regress a little bit because they don't think that they fixed their line enough. They don't think that OC is competent. Now, I'm not saying I agree with that, but some people think the Jaguars is the team that's going to take over the South. I don't see why they wouldn't, but I think a lot of it is just they're looking at Liam Cohen, the former OC in Tampa Bay, put together 2 of the best statistical years in Baker Mayfield's career. Don't you know the past 2 years, Baker Mayfield has more touchdown passes than back? A lot of people give that praise and those flowers to offensive coordinator Liam Cohen, who is now the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And some people think that he is going to be the reason why Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter are going to ball. So there's no excuses for Trevor Lawrence. If he can't pull this off, then Seahart is right. He is overrated. And Seahart is just going on an overrated streak tour today because now he's saying that, no, he was talking about the bad luck stuff. Who said overrated? No, that was Seahart. And now he's saying the 49ers quarterback is overrated. At camp, he's not been looking good. He looks slower. Well, let's see. Are you talking about Richardson or Trevor on that one? Editing Glitch said, go 49ers. Bang, bang. Glitch, is McCaffrey back healthy? He is healthy, but I don't know what to expect of him. Some people tell me that Christian McCaffrey has got his bounce back, his step back. He just looks like spring chicken again. He's bulked up a little bit more. He looks a little bigger, but he still hasn't slowed down. Some people said he's even picked up a step instead of losing a step, if that's possible. But then there was somebody else. What's his name? This is a Niner reporter that's saying this. But Brian Baldinger said yesterday on 95.7 The Game, that's a radio station out in the Bay Area, he went on this radio station and said that Christian McCaffrey just looks worn down. He looks beat up from all the years of physical wear and tear. So I don't know what to make of what the hell Christian McCaffrey is. I'm going to have to just do what I always tell y'all I do. I'm going to have to use that OI test. That's all I know. Because I don't know. But he is healthy, good body, Sean, to answer your question. But I don't know if he's going to be the old CMC or we're going to see the new CMC that's just kind of over the hill. I've heard both. So I don't know who to believe. You can take all of that with a grain of salt. Go Jaguars, says Deacon Chubbs. Gotcha. All right, Deacon. Texans got the AFC South, says Seahart. We'll see. Texans line receivers was hurt last year. Okay, all right. Now that makes me feel a little better, TC12. If the line was hurt, okay then. I thought that they just needed better players. Seahart, CMC can't stay healthy. Yeah, that was the problem in Carolina. It was. But after those 2 good years he had in 22 and 23, we were like, shit, the motherfucker healthy now. Until he got hurt. I'm just going to put it on Madden, though. Let's just put that on the Madden curse. Not saying I hope Saquon gets hurt this year. He's on Madden. But let's just put this on the Madden curse on why CMC got hurt this time around. We'll see. He said he's Mr. Glass. Vinny Azabi said, I'm back. Thank you for coming back. Niners need to have a split backfield. Well, yeah. You can't tell Kyle that shit, though. CMC can't go a full game. Agreed. Age, wear, and tear. I've been saying all of this for a couple of years. Seahart. The problem is Kyle Shanahan doesn't listen. He's too stubborn. Too arrogant. The smartest person in the room. And if he didn't come up with it, he ain't doing it. But you're right. We had a guy named Jordan Mason last season who Led the league in yards per carry. Stopped getting carries all of a sudden. Then CMC came back and he didn't play again. And then he traded him to the Minnesota Vikings. Watch what he does in Minnesota. CMC and Pacheco. No, C-Mac and Pacheco was dogs. Just can't stay healthy. Yep, CMC. Niners need Trent Williams to stay healthy, says TC12. They do. Not only that, he needs to be better. Because Trent Williams hasn't looked good since the 2023 postseason. He was looking kind of bad as we got closer to that Super Bowl. He looked terrible in that Super Bowl and we lost. And then last year, I ain't even got to say nothing. Y'all saw how that year went. And he only played half the season. So even when he is healthy, he ain't looked that good. Or maybe he wasn't healthy then. I'm not sure. But Trent Williams is like 35, 36. 36. Thank y'all for the comments, man. Cam Ward going to cook this year. I hope he does, Vinny. And I think he will. Cam Ward is going to get cooked this year, says Zach. All right, I'm going to let them talk. Let them have that. Trent banged up and age catching up with him. It is. And that's why I tell Cal all the time, why are you not addressing the line of scrimmage? The offensive line, bruh. Who would be your dream coach for your 49ers? Right now? Right now. Dream coach. Well, I'm going to say it like this. I don't know if he's a good coach or not, but he's a great offensive coordinator. I wish we could have gotten Ben Johnson, but I know we would have had to fire Kyle, and we did not do that. Now he's already gone and taken, so I don't know if I got anybody that would just be a dream coach, but I don't know, man. Andy Reid? That would be a dream. I'd take Nick Sirianni right now. Anybody that I would take to be a dream coach, they're not available. They're just not available. I'd take Mike McCarthy right now, but he wouldn't be a dream coach. So you kind of got me there, man. You kind of got me there, Dre. That's a good question. Good question. All right. CMC is overused, of course. He's going to look run down. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Old Kyle Shanahan, the slave master. That's what he does, man. He runs you down in the ground. Did it RG3. Got Trey Lance hurt and never played again for us. Running CMC in the ground, ran Debo in the ground. Debo's like 34 years old in football years, even though he's only 28, 29. That's Kyle Shanahan. He's a slave driver, man. Baker is in a good system. I love Baker. Very underrated, doesn't get the respect he deserves. We're gonna win the Super Bowl with wide receiver. Thanks for Debo. Oh, okay. That's a Commander fan. You better get Terry McLaurin paid then. Oh, that's the only way that's gonna happen. Yep. All right, y'all. 2 of 3, 21 yards, 6 snaps before exiting the game. That was Anthony Richardson Sr., who dislocated his pinky. Yeah, you kind of need your pinky to grip a football, don't you? Because that's where you kind of put the grip squeeze on it at. The index, middle, you need that pinky finger. So if it's on the throwing hand, which it has to be because he didn't return, we'll see what happens. He did lead the team to a field goal on that first drive. He looked like he was ready to go. He looked focused. He looked like he was scanning the field, processing everything. But how he got hurt, let's not be too hard on him. Remember, the guy came in free, unblocked. I'm not saying he should have got hurt, but look at how it happened. He got hit. The first thing the guy hit was like this area here, and the finger with the ball on it. It was a clean shot. That's on the Colts. And the Colts might have done that shit on purpose. So we're talking all about this Browns are setting Shadur up the field. Maybe the Colts are setting Anthony Richardson up the field. I know he didn't have to get hurt, but he didn't have to get hit either. I'm just looking at it again, and I'm like, damn. That shouldn't have been necessary. That shouldn't have happened. I told you last week Chase goes for 2,000 receiving yards this year, says South Boy 315, and I wouldn't doubt it. You did tell me that, South Boy, and I wouldn't doubt it. Thank you, J. Remy XO, for your comment. Don't know what you're talking about, though. Eagles secondary was gone off that beer and butter last night. Okay. Did they start? Did any of the Eagles secondary start? Is that a championship belt from 2020 to 2020 or 2024? Says Big T. Well, this the big goal. That's like the big goal has been around for 40 years or so. I don't know about the 2020 or 2024. Let me see your Niners bill, please. Okay. There you go. Mike, thank you for the comment. It may be trash, but it was only one season with multiple injuries. Keep hating. Who's hating? Sean talking to Samoan Shotters. What did Samoan Shotters say? 6-11 is trash. Niners are trash. Oh, he's talking about us. Gotcha. Thank you for those words, Sean. Get him straight, man. Get him straight. He over here hating. I'm a King said, what do you think about Brock Purdy this season? I think he better play his ass off. $53 million per worth. That's what I think. I'm not saying he won't either, but I'm saying he better. No excuses for him either. And he actually kind of does have something to prove too. He may not be top 5, but he is a quarterback that's kind of got something to prove because we've seen him good and we've seen him bad, and we don't know what to make of it because when he was good, we kind of think we know why. Elite talent was there. When he wasn't good, elite talent really wasn't there. They were all injured. Now, again, quarterbacks aren't supposed to look good when their talent is injured. But sometimes quarterbacks can be so good, they can still carry the team and elevate them. You know, like the best football player in the world, Lamar Jackson does. He's been doing it every year for his entire career. Seahart says, Ayuk back. No, not quite. Not quite. He's going to be on the PUP list more than likely. General Manager John Lynch just said yesterday that he's probably not going to be ready by week 1, which I never expected anyway. I'm hearing week 5, week 6. Some people think it won't be until week 10. It all depends on Shanahan. Shanahan on the hot seat. He should be. He's not, but he should be. Thank you for the comment, Seahart. Thank you, the Elf14, who's saying, what's up? How you doing? I see you. I see you. I'm going to get to y'all. Y'all don't have to comment 5, 6, 7 times back to back. I see it. I'm going to say it. Actually, those comments actually help me. So, yeah, you can say what's up as much as you want. The NFL doesn't like Shadur. He's already rich and the media ready because of his father. The NFL they can't control Shadur. You're right, Seahart. I agree wholeheartedly with everything you just said. But why are they hating on him just because he's already rich and he doesn't need them? What's the problem? What's the problem? When the Watt brothers came to the league, one of them was already richer than the other one. I get it. I don't think anyone's... Arch Manning. Wasn't he rich when Peyton got drafted? They didn't do Peyton like that. They didn't do Eli like that. So you know what the real reason may be? I ain't even going to go there. I'll leave it alone. Because let a lot of people tell it that's all we do. Is play the race card. Deacon Chubb says, I blocked Elf. Oh, shit. Why? What happened? What did he do? Oh, he probably got tired of all of those comments. Control and humbleness, says Seahart. He is. He's very humble. And a little arrogant, but he's going to show you humble. If we're talking about Shadur, do you think we will win the division or the Rams? I think we will. Will Hickson. Thank you for the comment. All right, y'all. It's time to go pay them bills. I got to get up out of here. I thank you all for joining me. I thank you all for asking your questions and talking about Anthony Richards. And we talked about the Bengals and Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. They look phenomenal. Tonight, we've got 3 games tonight. Again, nobody told me what they thought about Ashton Jeanty and the Raiders O-line. It looked bad. And the Seahawks defense looked really good. But nobody told me what to think about Ashton Jeanty. Who's playing tonight? It's only 3 games, but I don't remember who's playing tonight. My team doesn't play till tomorrow against the Broncos. That's going to be a good game, first game to have to look at the best defense in football. Because I do think it's the best defense in the NFL. It'll be a good test for the Niners. They ain't going to pass it, but it'll be a good test just so they can kind of see where they are. They need that. Seahart says, my Commanders too. Your Commanders play the Patriots. That's one game tonight. I'll be looking for Drake May, and I can't wait to see how the Commanders will look. I'm sure JD5 won't play, but I would love to see what's up with Drake May if he plays. Commanders and Patriots, okay, that's 1. Panthers and Browns, that's 2. Thank you. And I should know that because I've been talking about it for the past few days. I'm ready to see Shadur. I'm ready to see what he can do with the Browns. He's got to make the most out of nothing because Lord knows he ain't got nothing. And if there is any good, capable starter on the Browns, they probably not playing tonight. And as I thought, JD5 isn't playing. Thank you for letting me know that, C-Hart. I'm no orthopedic doctor. Oh, he said the Achilles is a nasty injury, worse than a knee. It is. South Boy. It is. Okay. All right, y'all. I got to go. Time to go pay them bills. Just curious, why did Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase play? Because they needed to. Because Zach Taylor feels his seat getting a little hot, and it's so hot where he's squirming and he can't be still. That's why. He's hearing us talking, saying, hey, man, what's up with them slow-ass starts? Why are y'all 1-3 every September? 0-3 in September. So I think they feel like, man, we got to knock the rust off. We can't start treating September like preseason, and that's what they've been doing. That's why they played. There you go. Thank you, Monks, because they always start slow. Yes, that's it. Hold on. 1992, Tank 420. Another great comment. They are 1-11 in opening games. Yes. Thank you. That's why they played. And again, we're not getting on you as if you don't know why they didn't play. I don't even know your name. Just laughing emojis. I'll just call you that. But that's why. What are your thoughts on Greenlaw and Hufanga with the Broncos this year? I think if they're healthy, y'all are going to be in the AFC Championship game, possibly Super Bowl. Because y'all were good without them. And for you to add that to the mix, y'all are dangerous. And you kicked our ass in practice yesterday. Xander verse 99 says, you a Rams fan? Of course not. You see where I am. Do me a favor and please tell McCaffrey to stay healthy for my fantasy football team. I wish I could, man. Thank you for the comment, Queen City, comedian. Are you really a comedian? If you are, say something funny. I probably shouldn't have said that. He's gonna roast my ass. Spring Tap. We live? I'm live. Joe Burrow is 1-9. And his first 2 starts in the last 5 years. Thank you, Jordan. Vanilla, 413. Everybody's telling you and answering your question on why they played last night. They needed to. Thank y'all for agreeing, though. Because a lot of people were getting on my ass when I said Joe Burrow's number 5 instead of number 3 as far as top 5 quarterbacks. I just was trying to give Jalen Hurts some love because nobody else would. But I know Joe Burrow's a bad boy. But they do get off the slow starts, and Zach Taylor knows that. That's why they played. I mean, the first preseason game, they know. They know. And shout out to them, though. Because if they have a good September, it may be curtains for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Ravens are probably going to win 12, 13 games regardless. But the Steelers, I don't know. We will see. All right, y'all. Ravens look dangerous. They do. Don't play CMC this year. Down year this year. Don't play him? Well, we don't need to play him a lot, but Broncos do look good. After not making the playoffs last year, that's why they played. Bengals winning the AFC this year. Wow. Winning the whole thing, huh? Okay. We'll see. I do expect them to do better. Niners have an easy schedule, but we have no receivers. What the hell, man? This is our chance. Monks, I think Jordan Watkins is going to be a pleasant surprise. I think Ricky Pearsall, when he's not going up against Patrick Surtain, is going to be a pleasant surprise. And I don't know why they released Isaiah Nair, but B.A. will come back. And I hope by the time he comes back, it'll look like we just made a trade right at the deadline, and we've got some more talent. But it's just going to be Brandon Ayuk returning, I hope. The fact that they're not signing anybody major. They didn't get Keenan Allen. He's a Charger again. Amari Cooper still is a free agent. I heard they were going to sign a wide receiver before week 1, but I don't know how true that is now because they haven't done it yet. I want to thank YouTube for the likes today. Y'all really have impressed me today with your likes. You're not just coming in here. You're hitting the like button before you leave, and I just want to say thank you for that. Reggie Wright in the building. What's up, bro? What's up with you? He said Cam Ward will be the MVP. Tighten the F up. Well, a lot of people have been praising Cam Ward. A lot of people, go back and look at the comments. People are saying Cam Ward is going to cook this year. I like how he's hard on himself. I like how he is realistic and says, man, we're mid. We got to be better. He's saying that we're all playing preseason. I can't wait to see him. I guess he plays tomorrow. I can't wait to see him. You may be right, Reggie. Texans and the Bengals, AFC Championship game. Zach, championship game I wouldn't mind watching. All right, phone's starting to blow up, so it's time for me to go pay them bills. Seahart said the Titans need an O-line, but somebody told me, I think I just heard somebody say on NFL Network the other day that line is revamped. Reggie White, is the offensive line better in Tennessee or no? Seahart says they still need one. Now, if they do, Cam Ward can't be good. Michael Williams going to be a Javon Kinlaw watch alert. Man, I don't want to hear that shit. But I told y'all we always F up first-round picks. We never get them right. Never. He got hurt yesterday. It was a scare, but they say it's probably just a hyperextended knee. Michael Williams, I don't know. I was told he's going to be more of an Alden Smith or a Michael Bennett. Some people are comparing. Now, Michael Bennett was pretty good. But for you to say Javon Kinlaw, ouch. I think he's better than Javon Kinlaw in the interior. On the edge, that I don't know. Thank you for the comment, though. DYL with it. Oh, deal with it. What up, though, from the Detroit Lions fan? What's up, Jesse Young? The 313 in the building. How are y'all going to do, man? New OC, new DC. We'll see. I got to go, y'all. I got to go. I really do. Thank y'all for joining me. It's been a great week. Hope y'all have a fantastic Friday. I'll probably be back tonight after SmackDown. Maybe. If I'm done working, I'll be back tonight after SmackDown. We'll talk about what they doing. We'll see what Cody Rhodes is talking about if he shows up tonight, and we'll go from there. Tomorrow I may live stream. I don't hardly ever do that on the weekend, but I may do it because there's so many games tomorrow. And I may come in here and talk with y'all just a minute just to see what's popping, to see what's going on, if somebody gets hurt or not. I want to thank Seahart, who just subscribed to me on YouTube. I thought Seahart was new. I've never seen that name a lot, but he must have liked what he saw. I appreciate it. Thank you, Seahart, for the subscribe. It's hard to get them on YouTube. Lord, Lord, Lord. It's hard to get y'all to hit the subscribe button on YouTube. So I thank you. Thank y'all for the likes. Y'all have a great weekend, and please be safe out there, y'all. I may be back this weekend to talk a little bit, just depending on what happens. If anything pops off that needs to be talked about, we'll see. If somebody does something out the blue that looks good, one of these rookies shine bright, I'll probably be here before Monday. We'll see. Thank you, Seahart, for subbing. He said, I subbed. He said, good content. Thank you. Bryce, hello to you too, Bryce. I haven't saw Bryce before either. I got another new one. Maybe they'll subscribe. He said, I'm pumped for the Chiefs left side and Josh Simmons. The kid's putting in work and already had the LT spot, the left tackle spot. Yeah, he's been playing a lot of reps. But do you not think that they're a little raw? They got Jalen Moore from my 49ers. He ain't that good. So I need to see y'all play. That is Josh Simmons and Jalen Moore. That offensive line, especially the tackles, has everything to do with where I will predict you all to be this year. But I ain't got nothing to say about the Chiefs negative. What can I say? Y'all pretty much own us. But thank y'all, man. Zach Rose and Seahart and Bryce, I appreciate y'all being here. He's battling for the right tackle position against Jawan Taylor. Okay? Jawan Taylor, that name sounds familiar too. If y'all can protect, y'all will be back. If you can't, you won't. That's what I can say on that. Thank you for agreeing with me. He says solid take. Okay, y'all, I'm out. Who was Brock throwing to this year? We don't know. We don't really know. It's up to those receivers to show us who he's throwing it to. But we'll see. We'll see, Pop Loner Club. We'll see. I don't know. I think that Jordan Watkins, the rookie out of Ole Miss, is going to surprise some people. I think that Ricky Pearsall, who has been having a good camp up until yesterday, but then again, that's Patrick Surtain. So I don't know what to make of that. He got shut down by Patrick Surtain yesterday, but ain't that everybody? He shuts everybody down. Yeah. Thank you, Bryce. I appreciate your comments. Yes, it is. It's all respect. All respect. All right, I gotta go, y'all. Gotta pay them bills. Y'all have a good weekend. Check me out tonight. We'll me and my co-host Terrence will review SmackDown. We think. Then again, it'll probably just be me. If it's a bad show, I'm not gonna lie. I won't probably show up because I get tired of coming in here on Friday nights talking to two people. But if I get more people to come in on SmackDown for the SmackDown post show, then I'll be here and I'll stay. But man, these SmackDowns are getting boring. Boring. All right, maybe they can fix that Paul Levesque. The ESPN WWE deal. They're saying right now that if you already got ESPN in your cable package, you're good. So I don't even think I may have to pay the $29.99. If not, then I can't trip. But people who don't have it, they should be tripping. All right, y'all, gotta go. Peace. Y'all have a good weekend. Be safe. Until we meet again.